Hey, everybody, welcome to Hangin' and Sangin'. I'm Kelly McCartney from the Bluegrass Situation. With me today at Hillbilly Central, Rayna Gellert
Hello.
and Kieran Kane.
Howdy.
Twofer. It's a twofer. And Rayna is actually our first return guest to sit. We've had people perform, but you're the first back at the table.
Sweet.
So
I'm
welcome.
honored.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal being on Hangin' and Sangin'. So people may know you from a lot of different things, a lot of different projects, right?
Or they may not.
Or they may not know you at all. That's a fair point. I like your humility there. One of the bands they may know you from is Uncle Earl with Casey Groves, Kristen Andreasen, and Abigail Washburn.
Yep.
You're just off the 2017 Uncle Earl World Tour. How many days did you guys do again? I lost track.
1.5.
Yeah,
sorta.
one. Really? The
Yeah.
other privates don't count, I
Yeah.
don't think. So one. I'm still waiting for my tour poster. So I'm glad you've had a little rest time since then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as a solo artist, your new EP, Workin's Too Hard, was your second release in addition to some fiddle projects and other things. How are you counting all of this stuff?
Yeah, I don't really count it.
Oh.
I don't. It's so Workin's Too Hard is my second kind of it's my second vocal project
Okay.
ever.
Okay.
And I did fiddle albums with other people, so under just my name, I guess it's my second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can count that. Now, for people who may not know you and may not know the differences in within roots music between old time bluegrass and folk, how do you define those different areas? How do you see them?
I used to define them way more than I do now.
Yeah.
I used to actually think about that a lot, and I don't really anymore.
Just blurt it all
I'm
together.
I'm really into just being like, whatever.
No walls. Tear down the wall, Mr. Gorbachev. No. Yeah.
No, I used to, because I grew up with old time music, and that's sort of, I consider that my native language musically. And as a sort of, gung ho young fiddler, I was kind of into policing the boundaries of what was traditional and what wasn't. And I'm so not like that anymore.
What do you say to people who are still like that?
Oh, I understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You came from it.
Yeah, totally. I totally
Is
understand
there a support group or anything like that? Do you get, here's my question. For all the people that yell at us about that ain't bluegrass, is the same, do you get that? That ain't old time? Do you get that a lot?
Well, honestly, I assume that that's going on, but no one says it to my face.
Oh. We might try to change that today.
Bring it on, people.
So you grew up jamming at square dances and fiddle camps and all that kind of stuff. What does it feel like when you're just in that space, just immersed in a tune, in a jam that's just kind of going and going? Is there a little out of body experience to it?
Yeah, it's I know that old time music can be really confusing to people who are outside of it because like that thing of people just sitting in a circle playing the same tune for like 20 minutes
Right.
is like, I think people are kind of like, what are you doing? What's going on in there? But it's very meditative and very it's dance music. I actually at Rocky Grass one year, I overheard someone, like, some festivarian talking about an old time jam that had happened the night before.
Yeah.
That I had been a part of somewhat, and it's kind of a big pile of people backstage, and it was totally that kind of session, like, let's just rock out on these tunes for a really long time.
Yeah.
And so this random festivarian that I happened to wander past, they were talking about, they're like, yeah, there was this crazy session going on backstage last night. I don't think I understand what they're doing. Like, they just keep doing the same thing over and over. It's like house music or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's actually a super apt description.
Yeah.
Because it's dance music.
Yeah.
And the people who are playing it sort of get into just like, I'm making
The
a groove
space.
happen, and like
Right.
that's all that matters.
Yeah. I
So.
get it. Makes sense to me. Now, the another part of roots music and old time in particular is the oral tradition of handing down songs. And that's something that's been a pretty big part of your learning, both taking lessons and then passing them on too, right? You have a bunch of videos on your
Yeah.
you've updated the oral tradition to be a visual tradition, but still.
Yeah, no, I mean, I learned from absorbing music at home. Luckily, I'm really lucky that I grew up with musical parents, and
Yeah.
so hearing my dad play the fiddle is my main fiddle influence. But I spent loads of time playing with lots and lots of people in sessions and picking stuff up from recordings, and I never did any formal fiddle lessons, but then at a certain point I started being invited to teach at fiddle camps and stuff, and that's been quite a journey to get to a point of feeling like, okay, I'm cool with doing this, because for quite a long time I was sort of like, is this actually good for the tradition?
Oh,
to like put it in a classroom,
right.
Put the music in a classroom. But at this point, I've come around to feeling like that's what we've got. Like, in an ideal world, people would just be learning on their porch with their neighbors,
right.
And that's not what most people have.
But the internet is the global porch now.
It is, and I love using the internet for teaching. Like you were saying, I've got these instructional videos on my website, and I do. I use Concert Window to do fiddle workshops.
I saw that too.
And it's really fun.
So are you, when you're in one of those, are you focusing on skills, or are you also teaching songs and handing them down that way?
Well, I pick out tunes to teach that'll get people doing certain things.
Is that a Waldorf approach?
I have no idea.
Let's call it that.
Okay,
we'll make a different one.
Yeah, I really come from the Waldorf school, so that's how I want to teach. No, I don't know. It just makes sense to me.
Yeah. Now, with specific tunes, what does it take to craft a new old-time tune that feels timeless? Because it happens.
It's a good question.
Yeah. We aim for good questions.
You're good, Kelly.
Thanks, man.
I really think it's about being steeped in the music.
Mm-hmm.
That at a certain point, like, if you've spent enough time in the music, that's what starts coming out of you. Like, if you go to write a tune, it's going to sound like an old-time tune because you're deep enough in the music.
Right. Okay. I'll take that. But then when you're taking a traditional tune and updating it to work for what you're doing with your music, how do you, I mean, you kind of said before, you just blow out the boundaries, but what's your approach with that? When you
Are
find
you talking about fiddle tunes or songs?
Either or, whatever you feel. Is there a difference for you in how you approach them to sort of Gellertize them?
Well, no, I guess not, because I think for me, no, that's not true. Fiddle tunes, I never purposefully make my own.
Okay.
I think that just, I can try as much as I want to sound like the source recording, and I can't.
Right.
I'm going to sound like me, no matter what. With songs, sometimes I'll do stuff to them. I'll be like, I really love this verse and I don't like that verse, or
I don't like all these nonsensical words in the chorus. Let's trim some of those up a
right,
little
yeah.
bit.
I'll do a little editing here and there, or like sometimes there will be a song that I think, I mean, a lot of old time songs are, one of the things I love about traditional songs is they're presented in a way that's very unaffected, very deadpan. And frequently traditional songs, like there will be really sad or moody songs that are presented really up tempo and cheery.
Right.
And so sometimes I'll take those songs and be like, I think I'm actually going to slow that
Let's
down.
dirge
and
this
like,
up a little bit.
That's one of my go-to things is dirging things up. Basically.
That's a go-to for quite a few people. Just to bum, like Sean Colvin can bum the hell out of any song, you know. So it's good. It's good that it crosses over into the other genres. Now, you've been working with Kieran a good bit lately.
Yes,
Kieran
indeed.
Kane again. What did you guys do the UK tour together? I didn't know you just got back from UK. That was just you.
No, that was with Kai Welch and Jamie Dick, who are the other people who were on my new record.
Record folks.
So that was Kieran and Kai and Jamie that I recorded with.
Right.
But for the tour, it was just Kai and Jamie and me.
Sorry, man.
It's a long way to go.
But you guys have some upcoming. You have an upcoming project.
Yeah, we've done some duo shows together,
Right.
and we've got some more duo shows coming up. And this summer, we're going to be writing and recording a whole record of just duo stuff.
Okay.
So,
That'll
which
be
is
cool.
really exciting.
Yeah. How are you feeling about that, Kieran? You good? You up to the task?
Well, I don't know about how I feel about it and whether I'm up to the task are two different questions. I feel great about it. I'm
Awesome.
very excited about it. And we've got a few things written already. And so it's nice having a feeling of having a leg up on the project, not starting from a totally blank piece of paper.
Yeah, that's a daunting thing for
It's
anyone.
always, the blank canvas is always daunting.
Yeah.
So we got some lines on the canvas at this
That's
point.
good.
So
Good. Got some Crayolas out on the side just to,
Yeah.
so you know what you
Little
have for
charcoal
working
brush
with.
here and there.
Yeah. All right, I got it. How does it? How do the crowds in the UK compare to the US crowds in response to what you do?
well, for me personally, I don't know. I have a lot more of an audience over there than I do here, at least for like the songwriter stuff that I
Okay.
do. And something I notice in the UK is that they also don't like me. they don't seem to differentiate too much between like, oh, there's a fiddle tune and oh, there's an original song, and like they're happy for all of that to just be in a pile together.
Right.
Whereas in the States, I feel like I have a strong connection with a community of people who are into traditional music.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I put out a fiddle album, I feel like I know who my audience is for that.
Okay.
Like I know those people. I'm really connected to those people. And if I put out an album of original songs, there's a certain amount of overlap. There are people in that world who are interested in that as well. But then it's different. It's different over here. Like people who are really hardcore into traditional old time music aren't necessarily going to be interested in a singer-songwriter project.
Interesting.
Yeah.
People are weird, aren't they? Just as a general, I am. I know. I
Me
think,
too.
Right? We
Yeah.
all are. It's funny how it manifests, though, I
Yeah.
think. Okay. Well, how about a song?
You want a song or a tune?
Oh! I think let's fiddle tune it.
All right. Yeah.
I think that seems appropriate.
All right then.
This is Rayna Gellert and Kieran Kane with a fiddle tune that I do not know the name of. Not on the new E EP.
Not on the new EP, but this is a tune I wrote. It's called I Thought You Were a Goat #1.
I like it already.
And yeah.
And I wish I had some spoons to play.
Praise the Lord.
I know, I was gonna say, like, how do I politely say to Kelly, I'm glad you don't.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
There's a tune.
There's a tune. Okay, we are at the enlightening round,
Ooh.
which I don't think we did with Uncle Earl when you guys were on last summer.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna say different items, and you're gonna fill in the blank, like what would be the best fit for an old time song.
Oh my goodness.
It's a little
I feel
confusing.
like
You'll
this
get
is a
it.
chance for people to psychoanalyze me. I'm terrified.
Well, exactly. That's the whole point. It's not fast.
Oh, okay.
It's not lightning. It's enlightening.
Enlightening. I
Yes.
feel ya. Okay.
A girl's name. It's the perfect girl's name for an old time song.
Sal.
What's the perfect boy's name?
Willie.
Sally and Willie. Okay. Perfect location.
Oh gosh, there are so many.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe Lynchburg.
Okay. What kind of liquor is involved?
Corn.
What element of nature is at stake?
What element of nature is at stake?
Yeah. Is there a tree gonna get in danger? Is there anything happening? Is the river gonna flood?
I know. I'm like, it's definitely a human. It's
Okay.
definitely
Well,
a human who's at
the
stake.
next one was, what's the tragic situation?
She's pregnant.
Okay. Yeah. And is there an animal in danger at all?
A bird.
Okay. See, now you have a song ready to go for the next record. This is a public service we're doing here. A bird. Sally's
Yeah.
pregnant.
Pregnant bird named Sal.
In Lynchburg.
Is that in Lynchburg?
With
Drinking corn liquor.
Yep. Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Let's do the song. Working's Too Hard.
Yeah. Okay.
Title track from the latest EP. Rayna
New-
Gellert and Kieran Kane.
New record.
New record. It came out in January.
Yes, the end of January.
Okay.
That's new.
That's new.
January's new.
That's still new, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Still feels.
How long do I get to keep saying it's new?
Till the next one comes out.
or 6 months. Maybe it's. Is it old after
What?
6 months?
Do I only have
potentially?
6 months to make a new record?
No.
Sweet
I think
Jesus.
at 6 months, it becomes your most recent release.
at
not
that
your
point, it's
new
like my
release.
current
Yeah,
album.
Yeah, I would
not,
say that.
Not the
I can't
shiny
remember
new
who the
thing.
song. It was a songwriter who made one record. It was, can't remember his name, and it was very popular. Did really well, and people for years and years and years. He didn't make another one. They kept asking him when he was going to make the next record, and his response was always the same: "What was wrong with the other one?"
That's good. I might have to steal that.
Yeah. I left it all on the field.
What's wrong with the last one I made? Okay.
You all set there? Mm-hmm. 2, 3, go.
Samuel, oh Samuel, I told you before. Don't go to Carlisle and get drunk anymore. It's a short life of trouble, long nights in the jail. It's a short life of trouble, no one to go your bail. Working's too hard, boys. Working's too hard, boys. It's down at the still house, oh, down at the bar. You're the man of the hour when you're passing the jar. When you are flush, well, it's drinks all around. And when you are broke, not a friend to be found. Working's too hard, boys. never enough till you're down on the floor. And then what you'd pawn for just one measure more. Working's too hard, boys. Working's too hard, boys.
That was a nice touch. Working's Too Hard. That was Rayna Gellert with Kieran Kane off the new record. See? I love that song. By
Oh,
the way.
thanks.
Yeah, it gets stuck in my head. Every now and then, I'll hear it. And I'm like, oh. So that's out now. Working's Too Hard.
Yes.
New duo project coming. Will it be out later this year?
Possibly in
Or
the
maybe.
yeah. We're shooting for like late fall. Maybe.
Okay. And then I was led to believe it was going to be an Uncle Earl EP, but Casey Groves apparently was just pulling my chain a little bit.
She's starting rumors.
Well, I deserve it because I've been starting the rumor for 9 months that you guys were going to make a new record. But there will be something coming out of the Uncle Earl camp at some point.
Yeah, there's no telling what the timeline will be.
I'm saying it's kind of like that armada steaming toward North Korea. It's not now, but at some point in time, Uncle Earl will make some new music.
It's exactly like that.
Thank you for appreciating my political metaphors. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank
both of
you.
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Maybe you'll be a 3-timer come the fall.
I would love to.
Just like you'll be at the top of the class, and
I'll come back anytime you want to have me.
We'll see. I tried to get Woo Force on with Abby,
I
and
love Woo Force.
Abby could have been the first reoccurring. She was not.
Yeah, she's a little busier than I am.
Yeah.
It's not exactly what she meant.
Yeah. It's all right. We love Abby Washburn. Next week, Courtney Marie Andrews. On the 19th, Rodney Crowell. The 26th, Kev Moe. Then June 5th, we're having a special Monday show with the Time Jumpers.
Oh, fun.
Right? We're pretty.
With the whole pile of time jumpers?
10 of them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'd invite you, but there won't be room. So we're going to have to keep
I'll just
guessing.
have to watch online.
Exactly. That's it. Appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Over and out from Hillbilly Central.